How do you deal with stress? I crush it all down into a tiny ball inside. I'm not sure what happens to it after that. Maybe it turns into cancer. I took up knitting for fun, and now I stress knit. Hard to focus on much else when I'm trying to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. In other news, everyone is getting a scarf for Christmas. Play some video games. Lift weights. Go outside. Sunlight and fresh air do a lot. I run and drink. Mostly at the same time. Self-destructively, I don't, which results in a variety of unhealthy habits. Binge eating, skin picking, hair plucking, spending all day online, or playing video games. Go to the Winchester, have a pint, and wait for it to all blow over. Masturbate furiously to bondage porn that works well for me for about 30 seconds. CBD gummies, a walk, feel-good music, a hot bath, doing some self-care, hang out with my dog, nap, read. So many things. Whatever makes you happy, generally makes you feel less stressed. Trichotillomania. I pick out my beard, which makes me look like a psychopathic Wolverine. I honestly just cry. It is actually a good advice. Crying is a good stress relief. I bottle it up, and attempt to avoid having mental breakdowns. Exercise. This is what I've learned, and I'm still learning. Accept it. Know that it will be there. Don't fight it, but understand why you think you have the stress. Once you've done that, figure out if your stress reaction is really necessary, or you are overreacting. Sometimes, when your mind starts doing those what if this, what if that questions, it makes it worse. Once you have determined your stress triggers, work on a schedule. Prioritize. That will help. Eliminate procrastination. That won't help you. Now, if you are like me, my mind doesn't stop thinking. It's like a superpower that I have to learn to use, and is one of the main reasons for my stress. So, I've learned to always be doing something, just as long as it keeps me busy. Meditation also helps a lot, but that doesn't always work for everyone. Remember to take care of yourself. I wish you the best. Collapse into myself like a dying star. Weep just a little bit, just to soften the blow. Or a lot, whatever. I'm not your dad. Look at memes. A man of culture. I throw eggs at my garage. What did your garage ever do to you? It helped me relieve stress. Lol. Whatever helps you, buddy. Masturbation. I take a few minutes and contemplate the vastness of the universe and how totally insignificant my stressful situation is in the grand scheme of things. Think dark thing, very dark things. Alcohol. I ignore it like the rest of my problems until I'm forced to deal with it. I develop non-epileptic attack disorder as a result of stress. So my body deals with stress by making me flap around on the floor like a fish out of water. So pretty badly, I guess. Cigarettes. Copious amounts of screaming, sleep, and music composition. At the firing range. Just me and my CC75. Awfully. Generally crying in cigs. Also panicking. If you want healthy coping mechanisms, try meditation or something. Have panic attacks and shortness of breath. I get headaches that last for days. So yeah, I guess I don't deal with it. SSRIs and meditation. I get more stressed out. Extremely poorly. I bottle it up, and then just let it go. When I listen to music. By ignoring the root cause until it either goes away on its own, or spirals completely out, or control into a total catastrophe. I go on drives around town, screaming at the top of my lungs for God to please just kill me and end this. Honestly, I just immerse myself into my work. If I'm not working, then I either work out, drink, or find something to take my mind off of it. I will say now, drinking is the worst option, but I do it regardless. Don't follow in my footsteps. Exercise. And a lot. You see, there's a difference between working and toiling. Working is honing your craft, labor that you personally enjoy, and take pride in. Toiling is labor that you do out of mere necessity. I'm obsessed with working. I hate toiling. Uplifting music helps every time. Drink tea. For work at least. Pacing. Don't load the stress at the beginning or end of whatever you're doing. I sing. This is a good one. Singing in a community choir had really helped even out my stress levels. Weed in a quiet place by myself for just a few minutes mainly. I also like to sigh a lot or just breathe very heavily now and then. It's my way of decompressing a bit and just blowing it all out. Internalization. Shouting. I'm usually alone, so. Questioning why things even matter. High levels of stress, usually prolonged, lead me to break down and frantically argue with myself, and often become self-critical. Lock it up. Don't think about it. I have two different types of stress. A lingering stress at the back of my mind, like slowly approaching exam day, will cause me to overeat. The second type of stress is a sudden or more immediate stress. For example, if I'm just about to sit an exam in a few minutes, this kind of stress stops me from eating, because I physically feel sick. I procrastinate stress. Cry and eat. I can't refrain myself from chuckling and making bad jokes when I'm stressed. It generally makes matters worse. With shingles on my face. So, not well. For months on end. Scream like a banshee. I clean. It sounds odd, but I have anxiety, and my parents being very strict and refusing to listen makes it hard to stay calm. I often will grab a broom and just sweep if I'm being yelled at, and continue to clean for a half hour or more. I normally stop after that and pace for a bit and take some deep breaths. I indulge in my kink, meaning I put on a diaper and go to sleep. Try rock music, Grandson, Axe/DC, Guns N' Roses, Pink Floyd, Iron Maiden, Bon Jovi, just listing some of my favorites. You'll be screaming I'm a highway star in no time. I play video games, check what's going on Reddit, watch some anime. After I get distracted enough, I just sleep. Used it to trigger a depression. I then came to the realization that I'm the type of person who has to actively make myself feel happy by doing things I enjoy. I started trying out various hobbies that didn't involve gaming. Already an avid gamer, gaming was mostly escapism. Found out that I really love skydiving, and just hanging out at my skydiving club. Any skydiving club actually, all my nearest ones are amazing. Whenever I'm there, I leave my phone in my gear bag unless I'm jumping, where I bring it in case of landing away from the drop zone. When I'm there, I completely detach from everyday life. If you call me while I'm at the drop zone, I might call you back within 2 hours if I happen to look at my phone. Other than skydiving, I started rock climbing at my local climbing gym. I met a group of awesome people that I became friends with, and we climb together 3 times a week. A session lasts anywhere between 1 to 3 hours, where my phone is tucked away in my gear bag. If neither skydiving or climbing is an option, I go home to my parents. That's where my dog lives. I love her more than anything in the world, and when I come home, she doesn't leave my side for hours. I just throw myself on the couch, put on a movie and cuddle with my dog. Coincidentally, this also involves not paying attention to my phone. Basically, I put away my phone/computer, tell myself that it's okay to spend some time on myself, because it will make me feel better and in turn, help me get the things done that are stressing me out. Then I spend anywhere from a few hours to a day/weekend, in the case of skydiving, doing something I enjoy. Spending a whole weekend at the drop zone might sound overwhelming, but I know that one epic jump is enough to keep me floating on a cloud for the next month. Climbing keeps me going for a day or two, right until the next session, or for several weeks, when I finally send that project I've been working on for a while. And needless to say, my dog or dogs is an endless fountain of unconditional love and comfort. I play Dark Souls. It gives me control over failure and I love it. I have a few different things that helps me manage/deal. 1, crying it all out. It leaves me so exhausted that I just feel numb to what stressed me out, and I'm able to focus back in. 2, breathing gym. I was in band and this was an exercise that allowed us to control our air. Now, I use it to stay calm in various situations. 3, mental baby steps. My boyfriend has a nickname that he likes to call me, so when I feel overwhelmed, I'll break the task down, but by bed in my head. It'll be like, nickname you're going to just do problems 3 and 4 for a few minutes. The last one has helped tremendously the past few weeks as college has started. I don't feel stress and perform well under pressure. I have perfected a don't give a fuck attitude. If a problem arises that I have no control over, I don't give a fuck. If a problem arises that I can fix, I do my best, and most often succeed. If my best isn't good enough, I don't give a fuck. Find a hobby. Focusing really hard on doing something, and doing it right can relieve stress like nothing else. Playing an instrument is a great example. Chain smoking and stress eating. The former became apparent when I was going through a bad breakup, and found myself outside holding onto 4 butts, and lighting a 5th. The latter became apparent when I came home from work, and started pounding cheeseburgers like they were Skittles. My roommates showed some concerns after the 5th one. Also, I occasionally go into one of our storerooms and scream at the top of my lungs.